It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, the 1st of August. I'm Michael Groff. Weather conditions quieting down around here for the next few days, with thunderstorm activity being confined to mainly the higher terrain of northern and eastern Arizona. But this lull in activity will not last very long, as we expect a substantial increase in moisture and a return to scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms by this weekend, and temperatures will once again head to below average levels. All right, we'll get into all of that in just a moment, but first, we just wrapped up the month of July, so let's take a look at those climate stats for you. And despite the fact that the first 3+ weeks of the month were on pace to be the hottest month ever here in Phoenix, the last 10 days or so saw temperatures well below average, so that spared us from having that dubious distinction of being the hottest, and we finished at, the 7th hottest July with an average temperature of 96.7. And we finished the month with just 2,100ths of an inch of rain in the bucket officially at Sky Harbor. That made it the 105th wettest, or if you want to look at it from the glass half empty perspective, the 22nd driest July on record. And I know some of you are going to say, well, why is the official observation station for Phoenix at the airport? When are they going to take the lid off the rain gauge and all of that? I don't know. I don't have all of those answers for you. We'll get into that someday down the road, I'm sure. And we'll look at the almanac from yesterday. 103 degrees the afternoon high, 80 was the morning low, the normal high 106, the normal low 85. And as we take a look outside right now at 10:15 a.m., partly cloudy sky around the valley, and we're sitting at 91 degrees at Sky Harbor. It's still muggy though, dew point at 66, relative humidity 44%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. The overall weather pattern here across the Southwest has changed a little bit. We see high pressure consolidating from the Pacific Northwest and the Southern Plains into a ridge over New Mexico. And the main belt of easterly waves that had been coming in here for the last several days, or more than a week now, has shifted further to the south, and some drier air has worked its way in. No, not down here at the surface, it's still plenty muggy, but more in the mid-levels, where some warmer air has come in as well, and that's helped to stabilize the atmosphere, especially over our part of the state. So thunderstorm activity should remain over the mountains of northern and eastern Arizona, maybe the far southern portion of the state as well today through Wednesday, before things begin to change again, as we'll detail in a moment. The watch warning map, another day with heat advisories across parts of the Plain States, Kansas City, Omaha, and Des Moines, Iowa, and one more day with excessive heat over the Pacific Northwest for Boise, Idaho, Spokane, Burns, Oregon. Yeah, they'll be sizzling up there again, but luckily some relief is on the way. The Convective Outlook, a risk of severe storms over parts of the Plain States, as well as that standard slight risk for sections of Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana, and a marginal risk for the adjacent states. Here in Arizona, a good portion of the state is in the green, where the SPC outlines a risk of thunderstorms today, but I think in our part of the state, here in the south central deserts, that risk is very, very low. Not zero, but I think thunderstorm coverage for us will be extremely isolated, with widely scattered storms over the higher terrain of northern and eastern Arizona, and that lull in activity will continue for a bit. Now, as we look at the tropics, a couple of interesting things out here, and we're focused on Tropical Storm Frank. This is a weakening system. It is well west of the Baja, but this system, believe it or not, will actually play something of a role in our weather potentially as we go later into the week and this weekend. And we'll talk about that first as we look at the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Monday morning of next week. And rain amounts in Phoenix between about 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch. We could see around an inch or two up across the high country of northern and eastern Arizona, 2 to 3 inches for the far southern portions and into northwest Mexico. And the weather pattern will turn decidedly more active as we get later into the period. And we'll talk about that now as we take a look at the models. Here we go. The GFS, the 12Z run valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And this, as we start out with, is the upper look at about 18,000 feet off the ground. And you've got that ridge sitting to the east of us. And the main flow of easterly waves stays to the south. We still have a southerly flow, which should bring in some moisture at the surface. But really, the mid-levels will be warming up and stabilizing. So what it means for us down at the surface, synoptically speaking today, partly cloudy at times with widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially over the higher terrain of northern and eastern Arizona, and an isolated storm can't be completely ruled out today. Is the chance of rain in Phoenix 0? No, but I've taken the mention of storms out of our forecast as I think the chance is less than 10%. And so we could see still some blowing dust in a few spots today and high temperatures this afternoon between about 101 to 105. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight lows in the 80s, and then tomorrow, mostly sunny. Widely scattered showers and storms over the higher terrain, just an isolated storm in the southern part of the state, maybe some gusty winds and blowing dust just south of us tomorrow afternoon, and high temperatures 102 to 106, and it's pretty much the same setup on Wednesday, highs 102 to 106 with mostly sunny sky. Now on Thursday, the weather pattern is going to start to change. We see this ridge of high pressure scooting off to the north and east across the plain states, Arizona under more of an easterly to southeasterly flow, and with high pressure moving away, the mid-levels of the atmosphere are going to start to cool off a bit, so that's going to set the stage for better chances of showers and storms, especially by Thursday afternoon and Thursday night. So we'll call for scattered showers and storms at that point. High temperatures still probably on the warm side, as I think the majority of the day on Thursday for us stays dry, so we'll still go with a range of about 101 to 105. By Friday, ridges out across the plain states, and we have a rather substantial wave advertised by our models to come into northwest Mexico and southern Arizona. At the same time, we have this broad circulation from what will be the remains of Tropical Storm Frank just off the southwest coast of the United States or northwest Baja. And so these features are going to kind of merge and form a broad, quasi-stationary closed low that just lurks around here, and it helps to enhance the east and southeasterly flow in the mid-levels across the area. And that puts Arizona in a very favorable setup for an increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms with deeper tropical moisture coming back in. Now, this will be kind of similar to what we saw over last week, with the exception being that last week we didn't have many major forcing mechanisms to induce shower and thunderstorm development. If this sets up as advertised, we'd have a better concentration of storms, as we'd have this area of low pressure, this cyclonic flow, to help to create more showers and storms. And so better rain coverage could occur if this comes to fruition. Now, that's a lot of moving parts, and that's a lot of coulds and maybes, but that's what we're looking at right now. So we're bumping up our rain chances to 40% for Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and high temperatures each day should start to trend down, probably back toward the mid-90s to around 100, and there is that threat for locally heavy rain as well. Now, forecast confidence starts to drop off a bit as we go to next week. This is Monday the 8th, and by and large, the overall weather pattern doesn't change very much, but it's these discrete features that may start to change. And so we could theoretically end up in a pattern like we had last week, with kind of a collapsing flow in the mid and upper levels and less descript features to trigger shower and thunderstorm development. So we could be left with a lot of clouds, high humidity, and these random periodic showers and storms with disturbances coming in to occasionally enhance them. And that might be what happens because we don't see any evidence of a major pattern shift. So that is one idea that's on the table right now, and high temperatures would remain at or below normal, probably more than likely several degrees below average in this kind of a setup. And that's true as we go out 10 days. This is Wednesday the 10th. No major change. Maybe we start to see a trough along the west coast, and that could start to push the ridge off to the east. But again, confidence out here at 8 to 10 days is just not very good. As we look at rainfall for Phoenix, this is going out through the 15th of August, coming off of the GFS ensemble. The mean is around 1.25 inches. That seems pretty good given an active pattern likely to continue. And temperatures off the European ensemble, getting warmer today through at least Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and then trending down. And of course, again, the Euro does tend to favor slightly below average temperatures or slightly cool bias. So we'll see. But overall, it does anticipate high temperatures staying below normal through mid-month. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, of course, like, subscribe, share, click the notification bell, leave the comments, questions, suggestions. And while you're doing that, check it out, my streaming station. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun doing that. Myself and my one and only Michelle are involved in the programming and operation of that station. So what could be better? Of course, you're going to want to check that out. You get to hear Michelle and myself there. You get to hear great music. You just couldn't possibly be more entertained, I assure you. So I'll leave a link to it in the description. Thank you so much for watching and all of your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. You guys be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves an amazing Monday.